We are in Bratislava. My favorite place is, of course, Paris. And I know that you're pretty much connected to Italy, so you must have a favorite city there or favorite place in Italy.
Italy is like, for me, the country where has been everything invented. Even like, you know, like if you wonder where Atlantida is, I keep saying in Italy. Because there is everything, like it's fully satisfies my needs to travel, because I don't like flying, and since certain, I don't know, like last 10 years I was really like I tried to avoid flying. Whenever I had to move somewhere, I prefer to go by car, and I love driving, and Italy is perfect for, you know, and you really like, you find everything there. There are so many layers that like sometimes I call Rome to be a big cemetery. So many ghosts, so many layers. So it's huge palimpsest of you know of different ages, epochs, and everything. So Italy is super for me.
Well, I have been there a lot of times, but it's like. For me, it's like a tank country, because I went down to Sicily, to Taormina. It's amazing, but you know, it's with the Etna and all this stuff. But Rome is a different animal, you know, with this ancient. Everywhere is something ancient, yes. And Milan is like a modern city, like Vienna or Paris or whatever. Yes. And then they have Venice, which is also
totally different.
Totally different. Maybe my favorite is Florence, I think.
Florence, wow. Yeah. You know, because I actually lived in Italy, and my second language, in which I think also is Italian, and I was practically like I studied the whole university time in Italy, or academy. In Italy, so for me it was kind of that I decided just to leave the Italy, because I was not, you know, I didn't feel like becoming Italian. I just wanted to keep this position to be a observer, or the person or the foreigner who is visiting, even for very kind of long trip, like kind of romantic grand tour, but still who is coming to Italy, discovering the beauties of Italy, and not leaving the shit of Italy. I like the idea to be kind of tourist or foreigner, or kind of thematizes the journey as a way, as a style of life, or a way of living, but who is not stuck on one place, and really like. It was very hard for me to make such decisions, and it was very easy to keep this kind of balance. It really like fits my needs of escapism, that I still can return to Slovakia, and then when I'm bored here, I just leave and go to Italy. So for me, like also Florence, and you know, I got to know each country, each region of Italy, because it's like practically very different worlds, and very different emotions, and very different mentalities, and cultural habits, and everything.
We all know the famous Venice, you know, these lagoons and stuff like that. But when you go in the other part of the city, which has I think it's a different name. It's a completely industrial place where you can sit near Bratislava or near whatever places in the world. So it's not beauty at all. And I just mentioning sometimes that that okay, it's nice that we are arriving to a very popular piazza. It's great, but if we go to the next street, it will be completely ruined. And
yes, but you know, that's the beauty of Italian way, how to look at the things, that they are able to like process the perception of the beauty and the ugliness together, or they just don't care that much, or they improvise in their whole life in a way how they preserve the things, how they look at the things, how they care about them, and how they organize them together. This is very special. I think in Naples it changes, and Rome it changed. In Rome is like this, and Naples is like from 1 second to another. It's totally like different timing of because there is still Vesuv, and Vesuv can erupt any time, and the people having blood, the talent of improvising. Venice is again totally different thing. To have a water, it's totally like another trip to unconscious things. So it's like I'm always like I'm just saying, okay, if I need to go anywhere, why should I be like traveling the whole world if in Italy is everything?
What is interesting me in your work is that I'm also an artist, and I like to create something, with some materials, and then I see the result. Could be nice or whatever, but I have a proud feeling that I made something. But you work with found pictures, and you contextualize them and put it in another venue. So why is it interest you?
The funny thing is that the people are saying to me, like my ex-husband returned after a long time to my flat, and he's saying, like, you don't tend to change anything. Like, like all my surroundings, I tend to live like I am just the visitor or the ghost in my own house. I don't like to change the things, and maybe the manipulation with the images, with the found images, that I don't try to add to them. They are certain amount and they are closed matter. They represent for me maybe the playground or the platform where I can play, and I can play with the images as kind of a tool of communication, as a language, and I just change the order. Instead of words, I am using the images, and images create the associations, and these associations talk to the people and to myself, because I am at the same position as a spectator. I am standing together with you on the other side, and the found and the reality of found object or found footage or found image places me to the position together with the spectator or together with the audience. I am somebody who discovers it, and I am somebody who sees it for the first time. I don't want to be a creator. I think also that the world is fully enough to add anything, so we can just talk about what we see.
When I saw pictures of your exhibitions, it's like in perfect harmony, but in an architecture way, because you have these concrete spaces usually, but then it looks like really like a 2,000-year-old cave, or I don't know, something, a sacred place. It shouldn't, I think, but it looks like. So are you interested in architecture as well?
My father was an architect, so maybe this is something quite natural to me. It's quite fluid the way I move from the space to image, and from image to object. I mean, like, these are all the tools to say the story which I want to say. So it's basically it doesn't really matter that that instead of image, instead of word, there will be a sculpture or an architectural intervention which replaces the word in the sentence. It's still like I'm just saying the sentence or saying the story.
Well, a lot of artists, of course, try to make it as general as they can. So don't tell anything concrete. And other artists are just try to getting more and more concrete. But where are you in this angle?
I don't know. Maybe I'm personal, or I'm trying to be authentic. It's the only thing. Why should I be doing it otherwise? I don't want to say anything to anybody. I just want to, I am the art therapist of my own. Yes, because I really like tend to do, and I really want to arrive to the point that I really do art only when it's necessary. And how can I know if it's necessary? It must be necessary for me. It's very kind of more like existential thing for me. And I don't know if I want to control it either. Maybe I just, maybe there were the years that I didn't do anything. Like long times I was totally isolated. I didn't want to, I decided that I made a team of it, of my isolation, of my frustration, of my stupidity or ignorance. Art is a kind of tool that I measure my own life and my own being. And sometimes I say more about it, and sometimes I just keep silent.
Do you like our age? I mean, the timing of now, because we are in 2022. But I have a feeling that you can live 1,000 years earlier, or maybe 1,000 years later, and your artwork could be the same. Or is it not true?
Maybe yes, but the thing is, what I hate is aging, of course, and also being tired of observing this kind of cycling moments, and also that the fragility. Once we are nearly to arriving to some kind of point or to progress, we're just turning back or something. The life is pretty short to make bigger discoveries, so we are totally limited. And okay, my story is also about the limits. And I like old times, of course. It's my way of escapism to the history. I love it. But I don't know if I would be an artist if I would be living like 2,000 years ago, or I don't know if I would be living at all. I don't know.
But maybe it's hard now or nowadays to return in this let's say ideal timing, because we have first we have the emails, the Facebook, Insta, whatever platform. There are a lot, telephone. Maybe someone just call you in the time when you are totally interested in the Caravaggio pictures, and that will probably ruin your moment.
When it started, I was like totally amazed, and I was saying, okay, this is exactly what the museum and the books and the art represents for me, like this kind of ideal space that I can direct, and I can which is something that I can escape from reality to. And now, being so huge, I'm saying, okay, let it be for everyone, and let it be even bigger. And we will again return to the kind of silent places, and places that required us to be prepared. And these places and these situations are very exclusive, are only for few, because like Caravaggio, and this is the example, is not really a superstar of Instagram, and really like on the end this is very similar when I say like digital photography come from the handmade photography. Everyone was the master of the instrument, or had to be the master of the instrument. Now everyone like just doesn't care and fulfills the computers with the images that will disappear, because they will disappear. And what is left on the paper, it's an exclusive tool to the Kodak paper. And who works in darkroom? Nobody anymore, So we are, we are not covered by shit, Like I remember from 90s, I have so many invitations, so many bad flyers, so big, so big waste. and maybe it's the right time to print only what matters.
Okay, but then do you work on that? What happens with your work after you? I mean, a lot of people start to make a foundation or give their work to the museums.
I have this kind of self-historization which is similar to those of havea avant-garde. And yes, I feel like one day somebody will recognize. But I am not doing anything for it. I'm just trying to reuse the stuff and to be ecological enough and not living big waste, only what I don't know what matters really, and I don't know. Like on the end, it's always like just the case, or you know what will be left and what will be dumped.
What is interesting you most? I mean, be part of a good life and creating some artworks, or just the artworks which leaves behind you and make you famous and all this stuff. Or is it worse to work 24 hours to make the best artwork of the world and to share it with everyone in a nice museum, or you just better do your own activity and have a good feeling about everything?
If I would have had such ambitions to be a biggest artist and to, you know, like to make everyone wow in the world, I would make a completely different strategy, and it's already like you know, late. But on one hand, you were just saying something about the image, and it came to my mind, you know, that I was also very kind of interested to create such iconic connections, iconic image, and I worked with the found images in a way that I was revisiting the intentions of the authors. And now, when you were saying something, it came to my mind like this image, like why I was so much, you know, focused on this kind of enigma, or I was looking for the ghosts in the image, or I was looking on something that, you know, that the images are the buttons, and our memory or our preparation or our knowledge is just switching on them. And led us in the unconscious and the combination of both. So this is for me like the way of communication with other people. And you were asking now what if I would be rather a famous artist or that changed the world. Of course, you know, I am narcissistic personality as every artist. I would be happy if I can change the world or whatever, but I don't really think it's possible. It's likely, and I really like the way, on the end, the epoch we live in, that it's very fluid and we can, you know, turn over to ourselves. So I am not really like kind of that I want that many people like my work. I would rather that few people like my work. You know, it's for me it's a little bit like scientific way of research, that I am a researcher, or I am the archaeologist, or I am the zoologist, or I am an architect. I just want to be useful somehow and for somebody, not everyone.
And if I came here, we are now in the studio, and I ask you to show me 5 of your best images. Then can you do that, or is it just a stupid idea to, okay, why 5 or why these images, or how does it work?
I don't know, because I don't have, this is a storage, so everything, I don't even have the control or knowledge what is where, firstly. And this is not the showroom, you know, the people come here and they are surprised that, you know, that there is so much stuff and so big mess, basically, and they start to, you know, look around, and they made these discoveries together with me, because I am always like, whenever I come here and I find something that I was looking for a long time and I couldn't find it, and I find it at the end. But the thing is that in this studio I have a lot of artists, also as a gallerist, that I show, like older artists like Stano Filko, Julius Koller, Rudo Sikora, Vladimir Havlik, Tamas Sentiobi.
Wow.
Yes, and all these people, I am so proud to have them. Oh. And it makes me somehow feeling better, like to have other people's artworks around me. But I have also my works. But I am so happy whenever somebody comes, that the camion comes and take them away, my works. I really don't want them in the storage.
You had 2,000 dear people who told me that has a Julius Koller work. Is it a must if you are a collector in Slovakia? You must have a Julius Koller work?
No, but you know what? I didn't mention. I work with, and she's my very good friend, Petra Feriancová, his life partner, Petra Feriancová. They were not married, but yes. So I work with her archive, and this is how I arrived to few works by Koller. But I have also her works, and I really admire her way of preserving the moments and the time. And she is a really great documentarist and great archivist. And she really, I think she created also this kind of background for Koller. So there is a huge deal on Koller's work, all provided by her. Yeah.
Mm. Which is a kind of evidence that every success man has.
Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true. And they were super misogynic. It was like nice misogynic company, and I think like Kveta was there, always, perfect, always smiling, always correct, always, and I think this is. Somebody recently asked me about the female artists of that time, and I really couldn't find. We don't have Dora Maurer. We don't have, we have Maria Bartusova, but she's already, there is not much to discover anymore about her, but, there is very, very few female artists of that epoch.
It's same in Hungary, but, we have Dora, but she's kind of alone. Okay, she's not, but there's still a huge gap between the male and female artists.
Yeah, but it will be maybe also now like this, because it's again you can't make such a big jumps in the history of evolution in few years. So it's still.
Okay, maybe we'll look at it after 1,000 years. How is it going?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.